and if you are new, welcome to my channel. Today I am going to be doing the wedding Q&A. I asked you guys on Instagram what video you would rather see, and this video did win. However, I did promise that Patty P would be here, and as you guys can see, there's no Patty P here in sight. So I definitely apologize for that, but Grayson and I did get really sick with food poisoning. I am feeling a little bit better right now, so I felt I was able to do a video, whereas Grayson, not too much. He is in a very cuddly mood, and I would rather Patrick be with him than sitting here doing a video, so I definitely apologize, but life just kind of happens sometimes, and obviously Grayson is the #1 priority, so he is going to be with him, making sure he's a-okay. But without further ado, I'm just going to hop right into the questions, because you guys did ask a lot, and we're going to get right into it. I do want to give you guys a little bit of a backstory first and foremost. Me and Patrick did already get married. If you haven't seen my recent video on our wedding experience, I definitely recommend watching that. A lot of questions have to do with that specific video, so I would watch that before you watch this, and then I'll see you in about 10 minutes. The first question is, what season do you want your wedding to be in? So I would rather it be in a warmer season, so like spring or even summer. Next question is, do you think there is anything you could have done differently to have a more enjoyable Vegas wedding? So yes, I do believe, I mean, I can't really get rid of the minister just being a bitch. That's just what it was. But outside of that, I definitely think I could have done a lot better planning so I didn't end up at that chapel. It wasn't necessarily like a bad chapel. It did have good reviews, but I could have actually done my research and called and met with the ministers and stuff. But I'm a last minute type of gal. You guys know the wedding wasn't too important to me. That sounds so terrible to say, but weddings just aren't important. We love each other, and our love is way more important than the actual wedding. I don't know if that makes sense, but I should have done more research and I should have been more prepared. It wasn't necessarily my fault, but it was your girl's fault. I'll take responsibility. The next question is, what is the date you got married on? So we got married on November 21st, and that is Patrick and my anniversary. So it's our very first anniversary of when we started going out, when he asked me out, and we just wanted to keep that same anniversary date, and so yeah. The next question is, did y'all incorporate Grayson in the ceremony? If so, how? So we really wanted to incorporate him inside the ceremony. However, given that he had a full-blown tantrum, again, life just kind of happens, especially when you have a toddler. You can't plan everything, so I did want him to be like the ring bearer and give us the rings and possibly stand up there with us, but he wasn't feeling it. It wasn't Grayson's day, to say the least. Even after he had the fruit snacks, I just kind of didn't want to poke a bear, you know what I mean? Like, he was finally quiet and happy, and I didn't want to push it, so I was just gonna leave it be. And so no, he was not necessarily incorporated, but he was able to witness it. However, in our next wedding, both of the boys will be very, very, very incorporated, so I don't feel really too bad about it, just because, again, this wedding wasn't the big wedding. The next question is, will you have the other wedding also be on November 21st of next year? PS, love your channel, love you back. And I kind of already answered this, so no, we're not gonna have it on November 21st, just because it is pretty cold, and we do still want to have it in Oregon on Couldnt Street, because that is our last name now.
Oh my god, it's so cool to say.
But yeah, so we will be having it probably spring or summer of next year, or the year after that. The next question is, why couldn't you guys wait till after you had the baby and healed to get married? So this is one of the most common questions I have ever gotten, and not just from you guys, but from my friends and family as well. A lot of people didn't really understand, and we just wanted to tie the knot. We knew that we were ready for marriage, and obviously I did end up getting pregnant, which is a whole nother story in itself, because a lot of people are like, if you were trying, shouldn't you have known that you were gonna get pregnant? Yes, we knew we were gonna get pregnant. Yes, we were excited to be pregnant, but we definitely didn't expect to get pregnant on the first try. If you do any type of research, that doesn't happen necessarily all the time. So we thought it was gonna take a few months, so we did think that we were gonna have our wedding, but I was in no way, shape, or form disappointed. We just wanted for sure to get married. Like, we had our hearts set on it for such a long time, because we did, you know, think we were getting married this year. And again, weddings weren't just a huge deal to us. We were like, fuck it, let's just get married. We're just not gonna do the big wedding yet. And that is the real reason why we just went and got married. And I know a lot of people aren't gonna understand that, but that's just we wanted to be married. Next question is, where will you have your bigger wedding? So again, I just kind of already answered this, but it is going to be in Oregon, on Couldnt You Street, and that is where we had planned beforehand. But again, Oregon gets really cold during this time of year, so it just wasn't really the best idea. So next year, when it is a little bit warmer, I'm really excited to do that. The next question is, were you more nervous the day of or before? I guess I was probably nervous the day before, just because I knew that we had a lot of errands to run, just because of the situation that we were in. That mainly stressed me out. It wasn't like getting nervous actually marrying Patrick. I've been with Patrick, guys, since middle school, so it's been a really long time. I'm so comfortable with him, and I see him as my husband, even though like we weren't officially married. We live like a married couple, we act like a married couple, so it was really just getting it done legally. So yeah, I wasn't really too nervous. I did actually ask Patrick this question as well, just because I'm sure you guys are curious, and he said he wasn't nervous at all either. Even like with the errands and stuff like that, he wasn't nervous at all, which I was pretty shocked at. But yeah, the boy wasn't nervous. What can I say? The next question is, do you guys have a registry? So no, we don't have a registry, and the reason being is because since we kind of did things a little bit backwards, so I didn't create a registry just because I felt like it was really selfish. Like, we don't necessarily need anything. I'm not like bashing anybody that does have a registry. I think it's perfectly fine. Typically, like, a new couple does need a lot of stuff. It's really hard to just start your life off. So I completely understand. I just felt like it was unnecessary just because we already have all that stuff, and I just felt like it was really selfish to ask for. Plus, I don't like asking people for things in general. Like, I'm just a very like, I will do it. The next question is honeymoon question mark. So yes, we will actually be doing 2 honeymoons. We did want to do a honeymoon right after this wedding, but if you guys do know, after the 21st was actually Thanksgiving. And so we couldn't just up and leave, and then me and Grayson got pretty sick. So with all of that, and especially it being cold, we might do it in December. I just really don't like the cold, guys. Like, I'm telling you guys, I really don't like the cold. We want to go to the Redwood Forest and actually visit Couldnt You Street together. Kind of do that, like kind of like a road trip. And then our actual honeymoon will more than likely be spent in Hawaii, because as you guys know, Patrick was actually raised there and he talks about it all the time. That is his dream location. So that's probably where we're gonna actually honeymoon after the real wedding. But this one will be at the Redwood Forest in Oregon, which obviously is just gonna be, we're gonna go through California, through Oregon, and then, you know, U-turn. Next question is, did you write personal vows? If so, how long were they? So yes, both of us wrote personal vows, and they were pretty long. I would say longer than like typical vows. We are still gonna be doing that at Mount Charleston. It is kind of on hold right now, just because, again, we did get sick, and I don't wanna bring my family up in the cold to get more sick. I know it's food poisoning, which has nothing to do with being cold, but I just don't want to go up in the cold while we are throwing up. And right after, you guys will see the wedding video. I'm so sorry for the delay, but that's just, again, the whole moral of the story of this video is life fucking happens. We're gonna count how many times I say that throughout the video. The next question is there anything you guys would change about your wedding day if you could? Happy for y'all, congrats. Thank you so much. Surprisingly, no, I wouldn't change like a different minister or anything like that, just because it is a funny story. And again, like the first wedding, it was a Vegas wedding, guys. You can't expect much, or at least in my opinion, you can't expect much from a Vegas wedding. So our expectations weren't really high.
A few moments later.
Wait, you know what? I take that one back too. I wish she had another fruit snack from me, because that would have been real nice and, you know, thoughtful, because it's my wedding too. I should have had a fruit snack too. The next question is, what made you not want your family there? So it wasn't necessarily that we didn't want our family there. It was just the fact that for us, we wanted to make the commitment to each other and not necessarily have our family there and our friends there. Like, we started together alone, and we wanted to tie the knot alone. And with our next wedding, that is when they're gonna be there. So yeah, it wasn't like against anybody or anything like that. I also didn't really want any hurt feelings if I did have like one person come, not the other, because I know that definitely would have caused some fights. So it was nobody's coming. It's just us. The next question is, did you film your wedding or have pictures? I'd love to see. Love you. Love you back. Yes, so we do have one picture from like the photographer. It came with the package, not our photographer that we hired. Those are still like we're still waiting on that because we still have to do the Mount Charleston shoot. He's kind of on standby right now. We also did record it. We did hire a photographer slash videographer, and he filmed it all and everything like that. And so we are waiting to go up to Mount Charleston to say our vows to each other and then do like the photo shoot up there. The next question was, who was the most hurt when you said you didn't want family there? So this is a really, really hard question. I would definitely say it was between our mothers. My mom really, really, really wanted to be there, and I totally understand that. I'm her only daughter. Patrick's mom was also really, really hurt, but they're happy now. Like, they're happy that we got married. They were just upset that they weren't able to witness it, but I promised both of them, next wedding, okay? We're having another wedding. The next question is, how did you stay so calm about the minister being a bitch? I would have gone off at her first comment. So I will be completely real with you guys on why I was very calm about the situation. If you guys know me, I am not a calm person when things like that happen. I definitely speak my mind, but the reason why I didn't go off, first off, we would have had to go to a different chapel and it was already late. Also, I didn't want Patrick to feel uncomfortable on his wedding day. I had to remember it's his day too, and even though this was obviously upsetting us both, me making a scene would have upset him even more, and then in turn would have upset me even more. So it really wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth my breath. She could think whatever she wants to think. Regardless, she had to marry us whether she liked it or not, and we're married. So that's why I just kind of had to play the bigger person in that, because I knew it would have been a mess. So, but guys, if I was alone. The next question is, did you have a bachelorette party? And I'm just gonna answer bachelor party as well for this. So I didn't have a bachelorette party. I do plan on having one, before the next wedding. But Patrick did kind of have a bachelor party. His friend, one of his really close friends, took him out to sushi, and that's just about it. The next question is, I've noticed Patrick doesn't wear his ring a lot. Is there a reason behind it? So yes, there actually is a reason behind it. So he does have a ring, and he did get married with a ring. However, he doesn't wear it, and the reason being is because it has made his finger swell. We've tried getting him a different ring, and it is like all real and everything like that, and his body just isn't reacting well. We're not too sure if it's related to a sickness, because he has been swelling literally all over his body. So we are getting him like a necklace to wear it on. And yeah, that is it for all of the questions. I hope I answered yours. If you have any more, definitely leave them down below, and I will try to answer as many as I possibly can. But I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for loving us and supporting us, and I hope you guys have a great one, and you guys will definitely see the wedding hopefully soon. But have a great one, guys. Bye.